808s held down like a paperweight. She just wanna come around, but I made a way. Want my money, need it now, want a paper chase. Make the bass blow out with the 808s, out with the 808s, down like a paperweight. She just wanna come around, but I made a way. Want my money, need it now, want a paper chase. Make the bass blow out with the 808s, out with the 808s. Wait.
On the move, got the flow so smooth. Spitting rhymes on the podcast, got nothing to prove. He's the host with the most, dropping knowledge every week. From the underground to the mainstream, making the street speak. Step on the stage, Mel grabs the microphone. Holding it down, he's in the league of his own. Interviews with the legends, the up-and-coming stars. No topic off limits, pushing the bars. Merle on the move, taking over the game. Keeping it real, never fake, never the tame. Hip-hop podcast, bringing the heat. With Merle on the mic, grooving to the beat.
Yeah.
Yo, everybody, welcome. This is the Merle on the Move Show. Welcome to the show. Y'all know what it is. Welcome to the program. And you see what is going on? I got the merchandise. Let me show you. Let me show y'all what's popping. You see it? I'm going to stand up and show you. Yes. Round of applause. Fresh. Y'all see it? Yeah, that's Merle on the Move gear right there. If you're interested in some of this gear, you can always go. It's always fresh stuff. I'm telling you, I'm coming fresh. I'm talking to my movers. Y'all telling me what's popping. I got a lot of fresh gear going on. This is one of the items, baby. So it's MerleOnTheMove.com. Always go check out the store for all the fresh gear, hats, shirts, hoodies, all that. Women and men, other items on there too. It's MerleOnTheMove.com. So let's get into the program. If you know, you know. Last time I was on the show, I told y'all, I said I gotta work on my board. I literally said that. I said I gotta work on my board. Because I have a Rodecaster Duo board. This board is beautiful. Lights up, it's got ports. It does everything, but I'm not super technical. So I had to really get into my bag and get into the board. You know what I'm saying, with the sound effects. You dig? You know what I mean? Keeping things going, you know. I got a couple things for y'all. Check this one out. Your boy's back. Got some things going on. I got some sound effects. But anyway, let's get into the program, back into it. So on tonight's show, we're gonna talk a little sports because really ain't no basketball going. Summer league and NBA is going on. So I'm gonna go over the Lakers. There's some trades. I'm gonna go over that a little bit, and we're gonna talk about Diddy. Don't stop. Diddy, take that. We're gonna talk about Diddy. Y'all know what's going on, so I'm not really updating y'all, but I'm gonna give you my perspective on it. And we also going to talk about the rapper Young Noble from Outlaws. He passed away. Speak on that briefly. But I'm really going to go in depth about Drake. Champagne Poppy. Drake is back. He's got a new mixtape. It's like, I don't know if it's a series or what it is. It's not his album. But it's a series he's coming out with. It's called The Iceman. Yeah, he posted it on YouTube. I'm gonna talk about that some. You know what I mean? I'm not a Drake hater. I'm a Kendrick fan. I like Drake's music. We're gonna get to it though. Also, female rapper MelloBuckazz. It was some tragedy happened at an album release party. We're gonna talk about that a little bit. Also, I don't know if Faux Extra is a content creator. Is he just a host on No Jumper? But he had a tragic accident on the 4th of July with some firecrackers. We'll talk about that a little bit too. Big flood. My condolences go out to the people in Texas, in Central Texas. Big flood down there. A lot of stuff going on. Tragedy. That bill passed that we've been talking about. It passed. Elon Musk is trying to start a new political party called American Party. I don't know how far that's going to go. Elon Musk, I don't trust him either. He got a lot of stuff going on. We're going to talk about some things environmentally that's happening to us. Water. And if you live here in Iowa, y'all know, y'all been seeing about the nitrates going up in the water. It's the reason why. So we're going to touch on a lot of those things. Big X the Plug left Lil Baby's tour, and he's now going on tour with NBA Youngboy. He's saying he didn't leave because of any problems with something with his foot, but why are you going on tour with NBA? Anyway, so let's get into it. This is Merle on the Move. I had to do one too many times. I'm going to hit y'all with this little sound effect right here. I'm going to hit y'all with this one. May I say the drum roll? I need a drum roll.
Oh, shit. All right.
Gotcha, bitch. You suck.
I'm going to whoop your ass.
You know what it is. Let's get into it. We're going to go back to it. So this is Merle on the Move. Y'all know what it is. I keep things moving all the time. I like to keep it going. This is one of the things that I did want to talk about starting off is those Lakers. So my Lakers, you know who I am. I'm Merle, big-time Laker fan. And we needed a center. And we got DeAndre Ayton. I'm not so happy. I'm not so happy about it. Reason being, he hasn't proven anything. He doesn't play a full season a lot of times. I remember when we played against him. I remember when he was playing with Phoenix, and the Lakers was playing against him. And I was like, he's good. He can shoot the mid game. He can shoot the three. You know, he got a under the backboard presence. He's not dominating, but he's there. So I was cool. I was cool with dude. But then he went to Portland and kind of drifted away. So we'll see what happens. I still like to see us get some more bench players. Like Chris Paul would be dope to come off the bench. You know what I mean? Another point guard. You know, we don't need no forwards. We need another point guard. Luka, you know, to when Luka's on the bench, we still got somebody that can score. So, but I'm okay with the DeAndre Ayton pickup with the Lakers. You know what I mean? A couple other moves. The Pacers, they lost a player. They center. I thought we might get him. He went to Milwaukee because Brooke Lopez is gone. I don't know where he's going. He's free agent. So, anyway, that's what's going on in the NBA. Like I said, Summer League's going on. I'm not really caring. My Cardinals are in third place. The Cardinals, my baseball team, St. Louis Cardinals, are in third place. The Cubs, I hate even saying this. That don't even sound right coming out of my mouth. The Cubs, the Chicago Cubs, are in third place. The Cubs are in third place. No, I'm talking about first place. My Cardinals in third place. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I shouldn't be sorry. But anyway, excuse me. The Cubs are in first place. My Cardinals are like 4 games back. The Brewers, Milwaukee is in second. So anyway, that's going on in baseball. We're gonna keep it moving. I want to start off first saying to my condolences to Young Noble. He's a rapper from the group Outlaws. And if you don't know who that is, I'll catch y'all up on that. So Outlaws is a rap group that Tupac created. It was his homeboys. It was his crew. I think one of them was his brother or half-brother or step-brother or something like that. And Young Noble, it was a rapper from that group. And they did a lot of songs with Tupac, you know what I mean? They was down doing the Death Row days and all that. So they was there. They was doing all that situation. And he tells a story about how when Pac passed away, this is before everybody was smoking on my ops and, you know what I'm saying, all these younger rappers talking about smoking weed, and when they smoking it, they smoking on somebody that they didn't like that's passed away. Well, when Pac died, the Outlaws smoked his ashes out of respect. Now, they literally smoked. They say they literally smoked his ashes in a blunt out of respect. So Young Noble definitely could rap, but they say he committed suicide. That's what all the TMZ and everybody's saying, that he was 47 years old, he committed suicide. So my condolences to the family. But if you want to check out that interview when he's talking about that, I think it's on Vlad or something like that. You can check that out. So God rest the dead. My condolences to him and his family. Diddy trial. The Diddy trial. I'm not laughing about the situation because we all know. I'm laughing about how it was a mockery. How it shouldn't even went this far. It wasn't a RICO. That's why he got off with the RICO. It was not a RICO.
Because I'm wild, yeah.
He was wild, but it wasn't a RICO. Y'all heard about your man? Diddy was.
Because I'm wild, yeah.
Yeah, Diddy was wild, but it wasn't a RICO. It wasn't a criminal enterprise. It wasn't like no mob thing. He didn't even blow up Kid Cudi's car. It was a bottle thrown in and burnt the seat. Wasn't nobody in the car, so it wasn't. And it wasn't even proven it was him. It was not a criminal enterprise. It was not a RICO. He was not convicted on the RICO. He was convicted on 2 of the charges. And I believe it was prostitution, bringing prostitutes, bringing prostitution over state lines to perform a sexual act for money or something like that. Anyway, those 2 charges. The charges is going to get about 10 years maximum. And they're going to give him some time, I believe, because they got to. It's the feds. But it wasn't RICO. And that's what it was all about. It was like, this was the biggest case. All these celebrities are finna go down. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, some people got name dropped, but not what you thought. And they thought Jay-Z, Beyonce, LeBron James, they was bringing all these names and all these people trying to discredit these people. And it turned out to be none of that. None of that. Even his own people had to flip on him. Even the people that worked for him flipped on him. The people that was scheduling and knew the intimate details, that if it was some Beyonce or LeBron or Jay-Z situations, these people would have knew it and would have came out then. Not these looky-loos and he says and these lawyers and trying to get a money grab. That's cold-blooded. That's a cold-blooded situation. I don't understand how a lawyer could even take a case on slander. I thought that was illegal. But we all know that what Diddy did was domestic violence. Definitely, it was a bad relationship. It was I think I said a while back, it was a toxic, very toxic relationship. It was proven in court through the messages that Cassie and the other lady was doing the free calls without Diddy. They was calling the people, picking the people they wanted, scheduling them, and doing them without him. That's not him making them. You ain't pleasing him if he ain't even there and he ain't even involved. Well, I'm going to do it anyway. He going to be happy I'm doing it. That ain't, and that's what they was trying to do. They was trying to push that narrative that he was making him. He was forcing them to do the freak offs. No, he wasn't. They was part of it. Now, was he overbearing? Was he bullying? Did he probably want it more than him? He probably talked to them or made them in some kind of way, but not like in a pimpish way, not in like a gangster way. That's what I was trying to say. I was trying to say he was some kind of gangster. It's no different than Hugh Hefner if you ask me. And I don't know all the particulars, but from what on the outside looking in, Hugh Hefner did the same thing. He had young women flying across the country to come to the Grotto, the Playboy Mansion, to have sex and do drugs and drink alcohol with other celebrities. They was partying, okay? And behind closed doors, you don't know what deals that these girls were making with these celebrities, these film producers, these business people. You don't know what deals they were making. And I'm sure Hef was profiting because the people that's coming to his parties are giving Hef money. They ain't coming for these business executives and these big athletes and stuff ain't coming to the Grotto with Hugh Hefner just to hang out. It's an arrangement. It's a situation. And back then, things was different because it wasn't recording devices like it is now. It wasn't cameras, wasn't social media. It was different back then, and it was selective. Everybody couldn't get in. Everybody couldn't go, and you couldn't be mad about it if you couldn't go. Because if you got in, you was happy about it. That's how Bill Cosby got caught up. Not sure about it, but that's what I'm thinking. Because I know he used to go to the parties. They say, I seen that documentary, and they was doing quaaludes and taking alcohol that'll make you pass out, and I know what you're doing. And I'm not saying this would be fact, but it said in that documentary, some people got to take advantage of it because they said it in the interviews. So they said that Diddy used to give the best parties. A lot of people that were still cool with him now said he used to give the best parties. Not the Diddy, not the freak off. See, it's two different kinds of parties. It was a Diddy party, then it was the freak offs. And they tried to make it seem the way the outside, the internet, when I say they, I'm saying the internet. I'm not even saying the court, but the way that the internet was spinning what the court was putting out, because there was some graphic stuff that actually happened, but they were trying to make it seem like that the Diddy parties were the freak-offs. That all these celebrities, Kevin Hart, all these people were there doing the freak-offs, and nobody was saying nothing. Y'all knew the freak-offs was going on in these rooms during the Diddy parties, and nobody was saying it. And that wasn't the case. They couldn't prove that. None of that was proven. None of that was proven. Yeah, it was freak-offs, but that was separate from Diddy parties. He might have been having Diddy parties, and then when the Diddy party was over, we finna go do this freak-off. You know what I'm saying? That could possibly have been happening, but that's not what the people, they on the internet was thinking. We were thinking the Diddy parties and the freak-offs was the same thing. It was going down at the Diddy parties. The freak-offs was going down at the Diddy parties. So, and that's proven out not to be the case so much. So, yeah. Is he coming home? I don't know. Is he going to be low-key? Is he going to be out? How people going to be reacting to him? People threw shade at that man. I never accused that man. I'm not trying to back up and say, well, I still don't approve what he was doing, but that ain't my business. Like I said before, that what that man do is his business. And if he hadn't been, I believe, going against those people that helped him get that liquor, none of that stuff would have ever came out. We would have never knew about that, and he'd have been doing his own thing. But he went against that bit to I feel that because he went against that Louis Vuitton Hennessy people because of that liquor deal, didn't go off right, and he wanted to sue him. It came at him. So got in private investigators on him. So is he gonna go after people? I don't think so. He gonna be chilling. He ain't gonna be fooling with people. He ain't gonna forget. He definitely ain't gonna forget. You know what I mean? He gonna be all right. But that being said, I got to talk about this Drake thing. We're gonna move on.
Please shut up.
Nah, we're gonna talk about it. I got it going on over here. Y'all don't even know. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and talk about this Drake thing. The reason why he think he broke the internet. It was so many people streaming and downloading this series, I believe it is, because it said episode 1 or part 1 or something like that. But people are streaming it because it's Drake and he's addressing it. So let me get to it. So this Iceman thing that he's coming out with is he dropped. It starts off in a warehouse, in an ice warehouse. It's in Canada. I'm gonna give y'all a synopsis of it. It's going on in Canada when you watch it. He's like a worker, right? And he's got some hidden clues. Everybody, Easter eggs, right? Everybody's trying to dissect. I'm watching some of these videos. They're trying to dissect what is going on. I'm not going to go that deep into it because I don't think it's that deep. But anyway, this is what I'm seeing. So, you know what I mean? In Canada, you know, he was dropping clues before he dropped it in his ice place. And these ice sculptures, right? So I think it's going to come back to that. He's making these ice, you see him measuring stuff, right? And he's got the ice truck. And he rides around and he's playing his music. And then it's a flash he's down in Texas. Now, Drake has a house in Texas, right? Big house, you know, rap a lot. He's down there with Jay Prince. So he got a big old estate down there in Texas. And he's got all these guns lined out, all these different calibers. He's probably like 100 guns out there, right? Different calibers. He got big, heavy sniper rifles, like military issue grade rifles and stuff, right? And he's standing and he's dancing around them, you know what I mean? And he's rapping. and he's throwing subliminals. He's not really saying names, but he's just like saying things like sound like he's talking about LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Because LeBron heard him. You know, a lot of people saying I can see how some of those bars was, you know, the feeling was about LeBron and you know what I mean, and a few other people. You know what I mean? That he was Rick Ross. I think you know what I mean. The Mansion, because you know they had that situation. And you know, right before this, there was some things going on with T-Pain, but I don't think that had nothing to do with this. But the bars, he's rapping. Drake can rap. The beat, the instrumental, the beats are dope. The way it switches up is dope. The transitions are dope. He's riding around. I get it. I like how, you know, it's kind of like vlogging himself. But then he's talking, if you notice in the video, he starts talking in an accent. My fault. I meant to hit that one. No, Drake. No, he's talking in an accent. He's talking like he's Rasta, like you know what I mean? Like he's Caribbean or something. You know what I'm saying? He's got some kind of accent going on as he's around the people. You gotta listen to it. And that's him. Right? That's who he is. He, you know what I'm saying? He's saying that in the song, he's trying to say that I don't get it. Like, I missed it. What am I missing? Like, I get, you know, like, y'all was just with me. Y'all was just popping with me. Now, homie come out and say something and all of y'all just abandon me because he say something? No, Drake, that ain't it. It's like, it's you. It was your whole makeup, bruh. You was Jimmy from Degrassi, the soap opera. You know, he was acting. You're an actor. And it's like in rap, you're acting. And maybe you feel like that's what rap is. You feel like that's what you're supposed to. You think that they are actors too. Well, they don't do the stuff that they say in they raps and they getting famous and making money. So what's the difference with me saying, and I don't do it, but I say it, I'm acting. Because a lot of these dudes actually had to go through the struggle, Drake. They actually had to go and live in the trenches. Some of them actually did some of the stuff, okay? But not all. But some, and the ones that didn't do it, they witnessed. They was a part of it. They was out there. It was either a brother, a family member, uncle, or was right there in the trenches experiencing it all. They didn't actually wasn't pulling the hammers, but they was right there navigating, trying to escape that situation so they know firsthand how to speak on it. Do you understand that part? See, that's what be missing. Anybody can rap, bro. But what makes me want to listen to you rap? Think about that. Why would I want to listen to you rap if you just rapping, bro? The reason why people was feeling K-Dot, Kendrick, because it's what he was rapping about. It was him. We believed him. We don't believe you. That's the difference. We don't, even when you was standing and dancing around them guns in that video, I don't believe you. I don't believe you know nothing about them guns. You ain't gonna do nothing with them. They just look nice. It's really cool to have a whole bunch of guns outside this nice mansion, but you ain't finna pull nothing. And I'm not saying Kendrick, if it was on a flip flop, I'm not saying Kendrick would, but I think it would. You know what? I think he would. I think somebody come to the door, I think he pulling it. That's what I think, because I believe he would. Are you a bigger man than he is? See? So that's the problem. And you keep doing this stuff like this, and it's dope, bro. I'm not hating. I like it. I like what? Keep going. Keep that going. I want to see that. I'd rather see you do this kind of rap than that singing rap you was doing with other dude. I didn't listen to that stuff you did with Party Next Door. I ain't listen to that. I think the Nokia. That's the best song on that. The rest of that, man, I ain't listening to. Now this, I'm gonna listen to this again. I'm listening to What Am I Missing? I'm gonna listen to that again. It's dope. Some of the songs you was riding around listening to, not so much though. But see, that's my take on that. So y'all can check that out. He's gonna come up with more. Like I said, it depends on how you feel about it. So let's move on to this situation that happened in Chicago, West Chicago, matter of fact. And it is a female rapper. Her name is MelloBuckazz. She's got some music. I'll check it out. And she's part of some gang culture. Chicago. You know, I'm not saying, I don't know if she on the set or what it is, but she got some music. She's talking about these things. She's talking about being part of the set. She's, she's merchant on other gangs, right? And you know what that come with, especially if you in the city. If you in the city, you ain't even outside the city. You didn't like she had a album release party in Chicago on the West Side. She's from Chicago, and some other the rival gangs, some other people came and did a drive-by video of it, also of the actual drive-by.
What's up, everybody, man? I hope that everybody's doing good. This is the shooting of MelloBuckazz album release party, and this is how it went down. As you can see, there's a black car that drives by, and as soon as it drives by, it starts shooting, and some people hit the ground, some people start running, you know what I mean? And right now, MelloBuckazz' boyfriend, or a guy that she was dating, is dead, you know what I mean? Rest in peace to whoever died. They say four people died and 19 injured, something like that. Man, it's crazy, man. Chicago is a dangerous place to be at right now, you know what I mean? And this is the shooter, man. Look at it's crazy. And this is her at the party right now. I'm gonna play y'all a little video of her at the party before the shooting. As you can see, this is her album release party before the shooting, and this story right here is a female that died. Rest in peace. She was at the album release party, and this is the actual footage of the shooting, and it's crazy, man. This black car just pulls up. Boom, everybody lay down. Close to 20 people got shot, man. 4 people dead, including MelloBuckazz' boyfriend, where she's just broken right now. Rest in peace to him. Yeah, so Chicago right now is not the place to be. Y'all see what's going on, man. This is her story. She's talking about, I don't wish this on nobody. That was her dude. She used to date this one guy named DCG Sean or something like that. But yeah, man, this is the mass shooting in Chicago. Rest in peace to everybody that died. And y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. This is crazy. Look at that, man. I'm gone, man.
It was an actual drive-by of the people being shot. It was 14, I believe it was 14 people shot. 4 passed away. It might have been more than 14 people, but last time I seen the report was 14 shot, 4 passed away. But like I said, it could have been more shot. And 2, they're reporting that 2 of the people, one was her boyfriend, the MelloBuckazz boyfriend, and her brother. And I think the other 2 people were 2 friends of hers. I'm not sure. I can't confirm that. This is what last time I heard. Shout out to Urban Politicians. I'll get a lot of information from him. Shout out to you, brother. I want to plug you sometimes, man. I'll be checking your videos out daily. Shout out to you. Shout out Compton Rip Rock is back too. I seen he got some things going on. I'm gonna talk about that later too. But yeah, so I don't understand why you would give now they said it was a private location, okay? They didn't disclose the location right away. It was a private location, but you know how it is when people come, they post. They post where they're at. I'm at this, woo, woo, woo. And the wrong person get the wrong information, and things like this can occur, right? You got to be prepared. And they said another person from a rival gang, or from their rival gang, supposedly, don't know if that to be sure, was shot and killed earlier that day, and this could be possibly some retaliation from that. The street violence is crazy. It always heightened, right? But it always. I think the reason why this is heightened so much because it's a rapper, right? It's a lot of stuff going on in the world. I try not to get distracted on the small things. I wanted to bring that up because it's entertainment and it is music, and this is the Midwest, so that's right up the street. My condolences to the people that passed away, and hey, as a culture, as a people, we got to do better. Stop doing all that merching and live your life. Let's do good music. All right, let's move on to let's talk about my man Faux Extra. Faux Extra is a content creator. I'm gonna call him a content creator. It's a content creator because he does a lot. He posts a lot of stuff. He also does a lot of stuff on No Jumper. He's been a guest on there. I think he's hosted a couple things on No Jumper. He's a Crip. I forget what set he's from out there in Cali, but he pops it a lot. Faux Extra be popping it a lot. Big dude, a lot of time in jail. I think him and my man, what's my man, Five Crip. I think they was gonna get down for a minute, and until he went to jail. But anyway, I think they was on No Jumper going back and forth. So anyway, so 4th of July, he was out getting fireworks, and this video of it too. You can go to YouTube and check it out.
At you, nigga. Vernon Avenue, nigga, off the bat. I'm blowing you up. I'm blowing somebody up today off the bat. Then you know. On Vernon Avenue, if you know, then you know. On Vernon Ave, if you know, then you know. On Vernon Ave, if you know, then you know. So
basically, for Extra 4th of July, he was hanging out with a bunch of his friends in front of like a shopping center where they're all hanging out. There was like a short that I posted yesterday, him doing some high kick thing. And he basically had a handful of fireworks and he was about to let one off. Didn't actually get out of his hand. Apparently those fuses burn a lot faster than you would think. And yeah, it blew his hand off. And there's more bad news, which is that the true extent of his injuries, I don't think has really 100% been revealed yet. I'm not really at liberty to say exactly what, but definitely there's more to come in terms of like all the stuff that has happened to him as a result of this. But also, I'm not sure 100% who the friend was, but he was with one of his friends, and his friend allegedly like blew half his face off, which I haven't seen any evidence of this or whatever, but yeah, that's all we know right now. He's in surgery right now, off pain meds for like the first time in his entire life. And yeah, I'll keep you guys updated, but that's all we know right now. So fingers crossed.
And he had some M80s. He was really like capping, talking about doing stuff. You know what I mean? I know he was just talking, but wow, the stuff he was saying. And the M80s went off and blew his hand off. They say not, like more than 3 to 4 fingers, like gone. Fireworks ain't nothing to play with. I don't do fireworks. I used to, and I shot a bottle rocket off one time. It was one of those bigger ones, not a small one, but it was one of those bigger bottle rockets. And it went on top of my shingle roof and was fizzing around, and I thought my roof was gonna catch on fire. And ever since then, I didn't do that no more. I'm not with the fireworks. I'm not with the firecrackers. I'd rather go pay and watch. I'd rather go watch a good fireworks show and enjoy it, and then, only leave. And instead of having me have to clean up this stuff, worry about burning up somebody else's stuff or somebody being injured. Not worth it to me. Not even fun. It's not like that. I'd rather go shoot the guns for real. So, homeboy get a speedy recovery. You got to be careful doing stuff like that. The stuff you was saying a little wild, though, bro, but I ain't going to judge you. No Jumper, you're going to set him, help him with them insurance bills, I'm sure, because I think he's an employee of yours, right? So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and move on to what's going on in the world. So the world that we live in, we have natural disasters. We have tragedies. We have, social injustices going on. All kind of stuff going on, right? Big flood down in Texas today. It was I guess a camp. It was a camp on the river, on this river down there, and what the river called? I forget what it's called. Guadalupe, the Guadalupe River, and just a lot of campers, kids camping down there. And this storm came in the middle of the night and swept a lot of these kids into the river. I think they said it was like 20 kids missing. Still, as I last heard. And a lot of homes, a lot of buildings. I say SUVs. The water was covering SUVs down there. Natural disasters in Central Texas. So my prayers go out for our people down there, and I hope they try to get rid of FEMA. Yeah, they're coming trying to get rid of FEMA. I hope that the people that need help get it expeditiously. I'm trying to use a TI word. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and so I'm gonna keep it moving with what's going on in the world. So I wanted to say that about Houston, but let's go ahead and move on to this big bill. 47 and the GOP, the Republicans, have passed this big bill. I'm not gonna call it beautiful because it ain't beautiful for all people. And in this bill, it's a lot of, they used to call it fat or pork or something like that, right? It's going to bring, in the next 10 years, I think they said 10 to $13 trillion worth of debt. Add, not take away. And you remember Doge? They was cutting jobs and DEI. You don't hear about DEI no more. They was doing. It's like they were stirring the pot. This is why I believe that this happened. When they first got in office, they were stirring the pot. They was causing so much stuff, laying off airline workers and Social Security workers and all kind of federal workers and pulling aid and DEI, and it was just so much confusion and just to let some of this stuff slide by. Tariffs. It ain't even been 6 months really, right? And it's been so much that now this bill has passed. And I remember when I was younger, they used to always say that it won't be no Social Security or Medicare when it was time for me to get it in my 60s. It won't be there. I used to say that. And I used to say, I say it too. But I didn't really believe it because really we're supposed to protect it because they've been saying it forever. But we're supposed to protect it to make sure that when we do, our generation get to that point, we got it too. Or it should be even improved, right? It should be even better, right? And don't look like that's going to be the case. Look like it's going to be gone. It's actually going to be gone. And the rich get richer. So in this bill, they're going to cut people off Social Security and Medicare. And this is how they're going to do it. They're saying that they're going to get rid of the waste, fraud, and abuse. How? You can have everybody recertify? Is this how you're going to do it? Everybody that's on Medicare and Social Security currently, they got to recertify so you can make sure the right people are on it. So a lot of elderly and sick people can't. They can't travel. They don't have phones. They don't have cell phones. So how you get in touch? How's it? So those are the people who get cut off first. And then they got to try to, once they not getting nothing, then hopefully somebody comes and save them, try to get them in place to try to get it back going again. And you know how that goes. That takes even longer. So those people probably die before they get their benefits back. And it's like, too bad. Like that Johnny Earth said, well, everybody going to die. These rural hospitals that's going to close. So if you live in a rural area, if you live 100 miles from a city that has a good hospital, and you get sick, you might die before you get to the hospital. Die before you get treatment because you live in a different location. This is America. We're supposed to be helping and building our health care. We're supposed to be helping our citizens. And yeah, okay, they let a lot of immigrants in here, and they were taking advantage of some of the programs, social programs that they have for normal Americans. So the way that you fix that problem is get rid of it. Okay, you say, I'm going to deport these people and we're going to get rid of this. We're going to make it harder for the people here to even get it. Matter of fact, we're going to just eliminate it. And yeah, people people that have a pension, people that have 401ks, people that have stock, you know what I'm saying, money in the stock market, they not worried. They worry about stock market, but they're not worried about these smaller things. They own their homes, they got equity in their homes, they own their own business. Those are the people that's like, yeah, get them. Until they come for you, brother. Because you next. Because when everything's squared up and they get the system really going, trumping, when the system's going, they're going to look at it and say, okay, well, now we're going to, because they're already starting to say they're going to garnish people money for student loans. The Biden camp was trying to forgive student loan debt. And people that was paying their debt back and stuff, that ain't fair. I had to pay my debt back. I had to work 2-3 jobs to pay my debt back. And now the government want to just forgive the loans. Okay. Well, now this administration, they want to garnish your check for them student loans. So where's the medium at? There's no medium, man. It's either all or nothing in this country, bro. And that's crazy. That's not how it's supposed to go. Now, I'm going to switch gears. That's all I really want to talk. The bill, it passed. We're going to see what's going to happen. I'm in favor of the overtime, but companies, I'm sure, are going to really monitor this overtime now. They're going to be on you on your time now. Because, see, I don't know how that overtime affects the companies. Because I know they're not taxing overtime, but the companies still got to pay that money. So I don't know how that's going to work. We'll see. I don't know the particulars on that. But that would benefit me. But it's a whole lot of stuff. But that little bit benefit me is taken away from a lot of poor people. And I'm not rich either. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Let's go ahead and talk about Elon Musk. So now Elon Musk wants to start this American party.
Formation of a new political party. Musk, the world's richest person, taking to his social media site X to say, "We live in a one-party system, not a democracy. Today, the America Party is formed to give you back your freedom." Musk, who is President Trump's top campaign donor, has been feuding with the president over the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill, which the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office says will add more than $3 trillion to the national debt over the next 10 years. Musk has referred to the legislation as a debt slavery bill and had been teasing a new political party for days. The Tesla CEO did not respond to questions from NBC News seeking clarity about today's announcement.
The stock market's at an all-time high.
For his part, President Trump has been celebrating the bill. The legislation extends the tax cuts from his first term, reduces taxes on tips and overtime pay, and provides funds for his immigration priorities. It also makes some of the biggest cuts in history to social safety net programs like Medicaid and food assistance. In Missouri, Kimberly Gallagher is worried about how the bill's new work requirements could affect her and her son's access to Medicaid. Her son Daniel has a rare genetic disorder and autism, and she is his primary caregiver.
Medicaid is in every facet of our life. It's not just medical, it's financial, it's care. And to lose any of those parts would drastically change our lives.
Yamiche is traveling with the president tonight. Yamiche, going back to Elon Musk's announcement of a new political party, what could his approach be here?
Well, Jose, we should note it's not clear at this point if Elon Musk has officially filed paperwork to start the America Party, but he has said that a new party could target just a handful of seats in Congress and then act as the deciding vote on key laws. Jose?
He wants to take his money. Now, Musk was the biggest donor. Now, 47 got a lot of money from other people, but he was his biggest single donor. Now, they're saying he gave him $250 million. I believe he gave him a whole lot more than that. I believe that's the only thing they could put on the books. And he didn't fall out with 47 just because he didn't like the bill. He fell out with 47 over a power kick. Yeah, the EV thing is big. But more so the way it made him look on his stock and his business, because it was the Doge thing that really got Elon. It's like, you bought me in. You created this position. It was him and Vivek Ramaswamy, forgot. And they got rid of him quickly. So you bought Elon in to streamline the government spending and save money and cut the fat. And he got his people in there and he was doing it, and the government and the people was not liking him. People in the government wasn't liking him, and it really turned because it was on him, and he was okay with it at first because he was like, it's going to work. We're really going to save some money. And then it ended up not really saving them money because you can't save the money unless you cut from these big social programs. You have to cut from Social Security. You have to cut from either the defense fund. You have to cut from the veteran fund. You have to cut from Medicaid. You got to cut some of these big social programs to save the government money unless you tax the rich. If you tax the top 1%, then you can take that money and you can balance the budget like that because the rich people got the money. And that way you can keep these programs in place. The rich people, and we say not overtax them, pay their fair share. That's what the government is saying, was the administration before was saying, have the rich people pay their fair share of taxes to offset the economy, the budget, so you can balance the budget. But they decided, nah, we don't want to do that. We want to give them a tax incentive, give them a tax break, and we'll cut back on these other programs, which is Medicaid and Medicare and Social Security and veterans, not the defense. We're not going to take no money from that because, matter of fact, we got these wars going on. We got to up the defense budget. You see what's going on in the world. Sometimes it's exhausting. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes it could be exhausting. That's what I'm talking about. It's a game. It's a racket. I play chess. I know how to play chess. Y'all, if you don't understand, learn how to play chess because that's life. It's not a game. Everything is a strategic move. And if you ain't paying attention, you're going to be lost in the sauce. I see the moves. He got the Supreme Court right there. Whenever he wants to do something, that's why them Dems ain't doing nothing. They ain't even barking, bro. They ain't even bucking up to him no more. They ain't stopping nothing. He got the federal judges because he appointed a lot of them, and then the ones that don't want to run, he shake them. He got all the GOP. Whenever they step out of line, he go on his True Social and blast them, call them out by name. He buck them. He flat out buck them. Dems ain't used to that. They don't have that new way to politics. They still try to stick to the old way. We're going to get together. We're going to talk. We're going to get these issues. They like, no, we coming through. They throwing bows. GOP, and it ain't even the GOP. Is 47 his administration. They throwing bows. He got a Supreme Court. He got the federal judges. He got the Justice Department. He got this alligator Alcatraz prison down in Florida. What we talking about? So speaking on Elon Musk, so don't get it twisted. Yeah, he is against Trump right now because his feelings is hurt because he came in to do that Doge thing, and then Trump didn't pass his bill, so it makes that everything he was doing for Doge dumb. Don't make it no. It was a waste of time. You paid him money. I think he didn't accept the money, but it was a waste of time. And it cost us money anyway. Even though if he didn't take no money, it still cost us taxpayers money creating this department that's still currently running. What is Doge doing now? Why do we even have Doge? What is it? Well, remember, he tried to before he started trying to weaponize Doge, talking about we going to send him on Elon. Since Elon, you know what I'm saying, we're going to send it on him. But my thing is, how can Elon even start another party when he's not from here? Is that even legal? Can Elon start a party? Speaking of that, how can Drake have all these guns in Texas and he's Canadian? His dual citizenship allows him to have all these firearms in Texas and he's Canadian. Anyway, I'm just getting off tangent. So let me talk about this water situation. So we have all these plants, you know, here in Iowa lately. They've been talking about had a water shortage. They want you telling on water. They want you, washing your car in your driveway, watering your lawn because the nitrates or something was really high, like higher than a long time here. We have a couple of Facebook server farms here. We have a couple of other, I think Google has a plant here or something like that, Apple or something. And these plants, these server farms, stuff like that, they need water, excessive water to keep them cool. That's how they keep the temperature. They run 24/7, 365 days a year, right? And they absorb a lot of power. That water, and they said, I watched this video about Elon down in Memphis. He's trying to build the biggest computer in the world. It's his AI computer. I forget the name of it, but it's this AI computer he's building. It's supposed to be the biggest, like this mad computer. It's in Memphis, Tennessee, and it's so big that it's running like 30 big generators, like the reactor generators type stuff, right? But it's sucking so much energy, it's polluting the air, the residents, the poor residents down there is complaining and poisoning the system. Listen to me now. Conserve water. When I say conserve water, store water. Stock up on water. As much drinking and bathing water as you can find. Because I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe that in the next 20, not even 20, the next 10 years, it's going to be a big shortage of fresh water. Big. That's going to be the number one commodity, water. Because everything's trying to move electric. I know that 47 trying to ease back on the EV mandates, but it's still moving that way. And AI is so big, it's trying to control everything, and that's the monster. And I think that's probably what drives up all the other planets. All these other planets that we look up in the sky, in the sky, they're dry planets. There's no water. And if it is, it's beneath the surface. It's no water on the surface of the planets that we look at. It's a reason for that. Is that going to happen here? Are we going to create AI and use up our whole water resources trying to be smart and create money? And then all the rich people get to stock up on the water, and it's going to be hard to find water, man. Anyway, this is Merle on the Move. It's been a very, very good show. I enjoyed doing it today. I'm going to let y'all hear this drum roll one more time before I look how to check this out. Check this drum roll out. I'm going to hit it.
Oh, shit. All right.
Gotcha, bitch. You suck.
I'm going to whoop your ass.
All right, one more time. This is the Merle on the Move. Hey, check it out. Oh, one more time for you go. One more time for your mind. To Merle on the Move T. Get that Merle on the Move T. You know where to get it at. You know what I'm saying? That's MerleOnTheMove.com. MOTM.com. Check out Merle on the Move all the time. And next week I'll be back. Like always, be a good human. Put humans first. Peace to all my movers.